Our goal to the good over the Los Angeles Blues. And Charlie Nemo has gone to his bench and brought on Artur Agassian, number 99, an Armenian attacking player.
Yes, he replaces Akeem Priestley, who I actually thought while he was playing around a little too much, you know, was quite dangerous. They just needed to get him a little higher upfield, but that will not happen. And they've also switched Israel Sesse to the left side now. And that appears to be the only change that we see for either team.
So now it'll be the Wilmington back line charged with keeping up with the Agassians. Could be a new reality series, you never know. You see Akeem Priestley out and Artur Agassian in. Agassian on loan from Real Salt Lake. So another attacking option. I told you Charlie Nemo has plenty of them, and so do the Hammerheads. Here's one of them, Chris Banks. That touch may have let him down, and it did. Gave him just enough time for his defender to come in there, Nelson Aquari, and snuff out that attack. But things can change just that quickly, Keith.
Well, they can. I actually think, you know, Wilmington, they're coming on with a 1-0 lead, playing at home, but I think they need to try to do exactly what they did at the beginning of the game and really put the pressure on LA. Try to get that second goal. No better way to sit on a lead than increase it.
And if there has been a problem, one of the problems with the Blues, although their guys at the back have played together quite a lot, they have not always been as careful with the ball as Charlie Nemo would like to see. Sometimes a turnover will result in a quick opportunity like that one there with Banks, and only Banks' first touch betrayed him and maybe kept that from being a 2-0 lead. As you see, Andre Budny slow to get up. Long free kick by Spenlove, sent into the box, headed back out. Here's Byers with it. Long way for him to run, not used to doing that.
No, it is. And I tell you, I don't like those free kicks that are just put in the box from there. It's not a good angle. It's tough to really do anything with. And the entire LA team was back, so why not just, you know, knock it to somebody next to you and make them come out? It also opens up a ton of space for a counterattack.
Here's Israel Cisse. And Borja, unlucky, can't keep it in. We're just underway in the second half from Legion Stadium in Wilmington, North Carolina. Wilmington Hammerheads on Manny Guzman's 31st minute header lead the Los Angeles Blues by 1-0. Here's Chris Spenlove now in the center circle. He'll left foot this one long, looking for Budny. Nelson Aquari gets there first, though. Little miscommunication at the back for the Blues. Results in a turnover. As of yet, not much else. Guzman plays it wide. Tom Parrott has that one cleared away by Cameron Dunn. Byers again frustrated by that back three of the Hammerheads. Center back Gareth Evans, Captain Ivan Becerra, and left back Dylan Riley.
Yeah, you know, the challenge they have playing with three in the back. It's only the second time this year that Wilmington has done it, and going against a team that can get forward pretty well. They've dealt with it quite well. I think Dylan Riley, a lot of work because of Borja getting forward quite a bit. But you know, that was with Priestley in front of him. We'll see what happens with Sesse in front.
Here comes Sesse with the ball at his feet. Nicholson sends him to the turf. Byers dispossessed. Guzman plays it out. Tom Parrott. There's Mulholland. Working hard to get the ball back. It's tied up there. Now it's Cisse with some space on the left-hand flank. Byers with space. Byers, oh, he's going to have a go. But hustling back there to break that up. Manny Guzman.
Goal scorer Guzman doing a good job, kind of pickpocketing a little bit Byers from behind. Byers thought he had a clear shot, and Guzman getting there just in time to take that away. We'll have another look at that as well. And as soon as the ball comes across, Byers thinking he's got time. Guzman coming in and just touching that ball away. It wasn't a bad situation for LA there. I think a little more sense of urgency by Byers, and he might have been able to get that touch and shot off before Guzman got back.
I think David Irving will go to his bench on a night where it's very hot and humid. Want to protect the lead, and he doesn't have to play another game this week.
Yeah, well, he doesn't, and that could play both ways, not having the other game. He may, let some players go a few more minutes than he would if they were playing tomorrow or Sunday. And having said that, David said before, he takes care of this game and then worries about the next one. But it's certainly going to play in your mind where you don't have to play right away. And, with the 5 subs allowed in USL, which I think is a great thing, you're certainly going to see people off the bench.
Well, we told you that the crowd would be a good one. We'll tell you how good right after this free kick. The header, and what a save. Actually, Abidzada just had it read all the way.
He did, and I think LA thought they had pulled Guzman off sides, but, he goes right in untouched.
Glancing header in the box, and Abidzada made it look easy. Dastan. Finally, Agassian with his first touch. The halftime substitute. Misconnections with Byers.
Well, it's not only that, but he played the ball in the Byers and ran to get it back in the center where De Leon was standing. The space there was on the outside. 1-2 needs to have him go to the outside or an overlapper come in.
Budney's onside, but he's not alone. Let's take a look at that last chance by Wilmington.
Now we see the free kick of Spenlove putting in there. And yeah, I think Aquari held everybody on side. And, one of the things with the goalkeeper, the young goalkeeper, Abdazin for LA, is that he is a line keeper, and you may see some other keepers when they see that ball come out and get that before the header.
First corner of the second half, 4th of the night for the Hammerheads. Mulholland sends it. It's headed down to the 6. Agassian finally puts on the Jets to chase Nicholson back on his side of the field. Borja wins that header to Tudela. Here's Byers. Borja now spins outside of Tom Parrott. Now he'll venture forward. And Manny Guzman breaks that up, and Charlie Nemo is going to go to his bench one more time. He's going to bring on Mersad Momeni. So he does remove De Leon.
Substitution for the Blues, checking in number 14, Mersad Ansari.
And Agassian going up top.
Jonathan De Leon.
And De Leon, not a surprise he came off. In fact, we were talking that we thought maybe he'd even come off at the half. He was not effective in the first half. Certainly did something to his ankle right towards the end of it as well.
There was Momeni with his first touch. And now 3 Iranian players on the field for Los Angeles. A little Middle Eastern flair here as that one is sent over the head of the Antiguan Byers. Byers gives a shoulder challenge there to Tom Parrott. We told you about the mix of nations represented on the Blues roster. And sometimes blending those styles can be a challenge, but the Blues have pulled it off.
Not only they pulled off blending those styles, but also adding a number of players late in the season and actually getting into good rhythms with those players. Sometimes a difficult thing to do when it's mid-season or even later, as they did.
You see De Leon, the Mexican who has come off. And Charlie Nemo said, up until the roster freeze, I'm looking for a better player. If I can find one, I'm going to get him. And they got Agassian at the roster freeze on loan from Real Salt Lake. He was tinkering with that roster in the lineup all season long. lost some players for various reasons. Leonard Griffin got a college coaching gig that he couldn't turn down. I'm sure he's watching and hoping for the best for his mates, as they have a chance now here with a free kick in the 55th minute. Down a goal, but a set piece into the box. And that one will go wanting. And it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, Byers asking for a corner kick, and Byers does have a tendency to be putting the hands up and questioning the referee on virtually every call that doesn't go, and maybe that doesn't help him get anything. But you know, it's probably been 4 times this game that he's gone up looking at it, and he needs to get himself back, face up, because he's been dangerous when he's had the ball going forward, and needs to get more involved.
Peter Byers on his second USL Pro Team of the Year, began the year with the Antigua Barracuda FC. The appropriately named LA Blues in all blue and the blue and white stripes of the Wilmington Hammerheads. They are attacking now from right to left here in the second half of play. Chris Spenlove has Morsad Momoni just blow by him, take the ball away. They'll try it again. Guzman here in the near side touchline. That ball was not kept in by Chris Spenlove. Told you it was a good crowd. It's a Hammerheads record, 5,783 on a warm, sultry Friday night in Wilmington, North Carolina. And right now they're watching their team lead by a goal to nil in the 57th minute, but not out of danger yet with this LA Blues side with the firepower that they have. They just have to get some people to link up.
Absolutely, and this crowd will try to keep Wilmington going, and kudos to USL front office and Alex Papadakis, Tim Holt for picking these games and getting the big crowds out here. So I think it was a record crowd the first game here this year as well.
Hey, this is a good place to be, and next week in Charleston will be a good place to be as well. Looking forward to seeing Blackwad Stadium.
That'll be my first visit there. I just heard great things about it. Looking forward to that too.
Here's Byers now, chested down, plays it into space. Cisse sends one right at Duckworth, who goes down to his knees and hangs on for dear life.
Cisse with a very quick move for the shot, and Duckworth actually looking a little awkward. That kind of got flat-footed, as you see, but you see Byers pushing this ball. Cisse, good touch around, the left-footed shot. Doesn't really strike it very clean. Duckworth making it a little more difficult than it probably was, but kind of got caught flat-footed as the shot was coming.
Duckworth, the rookie out of the University of North Carolina at Wilmington, so he didn't have to go far to start his pro career. Banks with a cheeky little back heel. Mulholland plays it forward. Guzman on the left-footed shot, save. Avidzada with a stop of that shot. Spenlove. Avidzada read that one, saw that it was going out, let it go.
Yeah, no, he did on that one. I tell you what, but if we have another look at the shot here, we see that Abidzada, what his strength is, and it is shot stopping. On the line there, very quick, cuts the angle down well, ready for the shot. And, I think that ball just played a little bit wide to get a good hit on it for Wilmington, but a decent chance, best chance of the second half for them, and the best look.
6 foot 190 is Whitery. Played a spell in Tottenham's youth system over in England.
We'll be in Charleston next week, and tomorrow night I'll be on the Pacific Northwest for the PDL Championship. As we speak right now, we have the Long Island Rough Riders playing Laredo Heat, and then later on, Kitsap, the host team, playing Thunder Bay, and the winners playing at 7:30 tomorrow night on Fox Soccer Channel. And we've talked about the PDL quite a bit.
It's Chris Banks, who played in the PDL with MPS Portland Phoenix. He goes down. Play on we do.
But he wasn't the best player to ever play in the PDL. There's a certain player that by the name at the time of Jade Goppingen or something like that, and I will not take any credit for the pronunciation, but that Jay is now the U.S. national team coach, Jurgen Klinsmann, who played under an alias for the Orange County Blue Stars in PDL.
Back in 2003.
So not only is PDL a stepping stone to the pros, it's a stepping stone to our national team coaching position. We wish Jurgen Klinsmann the best of luck as they play Mexico and his first outing, and also many thanks to Bob Bradley for his outstanding job and dedication to U.S. soccer for the last 5 years.
Tom Parrott comes off in the 60th minute. Be replaced by Andres
Substitution for the
Cuero.
Hammerheads, checking in number 10, Andres Cuero. He slows number 12, Tom Parrott.
Speaking of that U.S. national team, that first roster chosen by Jurgen Klinsmann for that friendly next Wednesday in Philadelphia against Mexico. 3 players who played in the PDL, Clarence Goodson, Heath Pierce, and Tim Ream are in the 22-man squad, as well as 3 guys who played in the old A-League. Carlos Bocanegra, Kyle Beckerman, and Edson Buttle, and Tim Howard played in the D3 Pro League. So our national team, well represented by United Soccer League's alumni. Israel Cisse stayed with that one despite the shirt tug. The Blues need something here as shadows get long. Agassian plays it into space to Della. Della sends it across, and it'll go off a defender and out for a corner.
But right now, playing with a 3 in the back, things are opening up. There's much better movement off the ball for LA, and they're getting a couple times in that side where Dylan Riley has worked so hard at the first half and maybe tiring a little bit there.
61st minute. Corner kick for the Blues as they look for the equalizing goal. They won't get it there. It's over the bar.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about with the 3 in the back is the fact that those outside midfielders have a ton of work to do. And Tom Parrott, we talked about before, that came out. That was probably a good sub, and you never know if it's going to be Chris Spenlove as well because of all the energy that they do going up and down the side.
Israel Cisse will come off, and Chabudi Winjindu will go on. It's not that I can't pronounce it, it's that I can't read my writing.
And here's the corner kick for LA, and just a header just over the goal. And not a bad try for LA. That was a similar corner kick to the one that caused the goal for Wilmington early.
And just like that, Peter Byers gets half a chance and ties the game.
And I'll tell you what, you said it, just like that, barely, coming out of nothing. In fact, this is the type of goal that Coach for LA was saying was always happening against them. You just all of a sudden turn around and out of nothing there's a goal coming in. Peter Byers, his 3rd goal of the season, his 3rd goal in about 7 or 8 days now. And we see it, just a long ball. We talked about this space coming behind Dylan Riley, and there it is again. And Byers taking that down well, showing his skill as a forward, and that's what he needs to do. But again, we're just talking about how that's gone 3 times now this half for LA. That's where the chances have come, behind Dylan Riley. And I'm not sure it's all Dylan Riley's fault. He's been spending a lot of energy, and he needs help with the guys in front of him.
That is a finish, boys and girls.
Yeah, we said LA is, I'm sorry.
Showing why he's scored almost a goal every other match for his international career with Antigua and Barbuda. He took that long ball and just calmly as you please put it past Brock Duckworth for a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, worth having another look at it. A long ball by Cadella, righty there, take it down nicely off the chest. And Riley need to make a little better effort to block that ball, but allows the left-footed shot into the far post. And just like that, right after Wilmington had a goal kick, all of a sudden, 20 seconds later, it's tied up. And we talked about LA has only been shut out twice this year, and it will remain that way.
Byers fighting again for more. Spenlow clears. So will there be a hero emerge in the final 30 minutes of this one?
Well, I think what has happened in this beginning of the second half is instead of Wilmington taking it at LA and trying to get that second goal and putting the pressure on collectively, they've done it in little pockets, and they've opened up lots of space that LA has taken advantage of. And as we said before, if you know you're a team that scores goals, you always believe you're in a game, and certainly LA has not lost any belief.
Spenlow for Wilmington. Foot race for and Luis Garcia got there first. Unfortunately for him, it's going to be a throw-in for the Hammerheads. Peter Byers' goal. 62nd minute has tied it up. Shot wide of the post by Paul Nicholson. But a foul whistled apparently just outside the box, or so it appears. Or will it be just a corner kick on the far side? It looked like they were lining up for a free kick outside the box. Instead, they'll send Spenlove to the corner.
These guys spent a lot of energy today going up and down the side. Of course, going all over the place for the free restarts.
66th minute is Spenlove's corner. Gareth Evans snuck up, got a head on that one, but put it over the bar.
He had a clear header on it. I think he was trying to head it so hard that he did not get above the ball, but this time coming from deeper than he had in the first half. First half he had started more back post and close in, and Spenlove, you see his eyes, he liked that ball, and certainly right in there. Gareth Evans with the chance coming up from the center back.
But Banks was there as well. It was Banks who leaped up and got his head on it.
Say what, if I was LA, I'd be a little worried about defending on restarts because there always seems to be a hole there somewhere.
Yeah. Pizzade, since that one long. Chindu got a head on that one. Carlos Borja now. Los Angeles in the all blue, and Wilmington in the blue and white stripes and the white shorts and white socks. At home, led at halftime by a goal, but now things have changed as Peter Byers has leveled the score. Cameron Dunn. Cameron Dunn gets it back nicely. Loads of space at the edge of the box. Dunn cuts it back. Agassian. Momeni gets it back.
That was all created by Cameron Dunn's overlap, which we really haven't seen him getting for. It's been Borja on the other side.
Momeni now for Chichindu at the edge of the box. He's going to have to chase after this one as the Hammerheads come back the other way. How quickly the Hammerheads got the ball from the far side of the field over to this side of the field, and now they go forward. Mulholland covers after a rough first touch.
Hammerheads would like to thank Dr. Graybar Chiropractic and Rehabilitation Center.
Budney. Mulholland, some deft touches there, but the Blues have it back.
Yeah, and Mulholland really, he's had one shot in this game and he's only had a little bit in the final third. And, the All-American from Wingate University really needs to be facing forward and getting some shots off, even getting on the end of crosses. He's been playing, the one thing about his free roll, it's fine, but it's probably been a bit too deep for his attacking abilities.
Does have an assist on their goal way back in the 31st minute.
Everybody clap your hands.
And here he sets sail towards the goal, looking for more. Budney on the left wing. Budney will serve it. Avinsade grabs it there. And the Blues will head to Antigua, play Sunday afternoon, Sticky Wicket against Barracuda FC. As the USL Pro season heads to a thrilling conclusion next weekend. We'll be in Charleston. And everybody's going to be watching that one, which will be important as well. The Richmond Kickers are still trying to book passage to the playoffs as well as book a spot in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup Championship match. They're going to play at Chicago against the Fire on August 30th. So that could potentially, they hope, be a tough week for them with a couple of huge matches. It's the same week as the USL Pro Championship match on Labor Day weekend. Kudos to the Kickers, who won the double in 1995, won the then Premier League and the Open Cup, as Agassian is offside.
So we wish Lee Kalishaw and the Kickers the best of luck in representing USL Pro and the Open Cup, and certainly they won't mind, will they, if they have a real busy week then?
No, that's what they would like that to happen. Take a look here at the
It was flagged offsides, and I don't think that was correct. I think there's no question in my mind that he had beat that trap.
It's right there, though. It happened on that near side of the field, so can't fault the look. Garcia won that header. Here's Banks, going to be a collision. No, Abidzada. Easy as you please. As we reach 70 minutes played. Does this match have another goal in it? Byers, most recent goal scorer, to Borja, who's pushed up again. Bounced along the turf and out.
Another corner kick. I'll tell you something, whether it has another goal or not, I don't know, but it's certainly going to have a lot of chances because this game has opened up quite a bit. Tons of space between the back line and the front line of both teams.
Artur Agassian on the far side spot. Corner kick bounces through the box and out.
Like I say, for all the corners that LA has had, there's only been one or two that have been dangerous. And one of them, of course, was because of Duckworth dropping the ball early.
So what will Charlie Nemo do with the remaining 20 minutes of this match? Does he's got subs, he can still make.
It does. He's got to be a bit happy right now. I mean, they chased the game well, got the goal back. Again, an excellent, play to get a direct ball in there. And, I'd say that unless there's a specific reason someone needs to come off, right now I don't see why they would make a change right now. Maybe get a little bit later. I don't think either team would be happy saying, oh, we'll take a point out of here. They both want 3.
As you know from all your years as the head coach at Georgetown, you make a change if it can make your team better, and maybe that's just not possible right now. The free kick sent to the top of the box and headed out by Wilmington. Chased down by Nelson Aquari on the far side. Aquari will send it back. Gareth Evans won that header. Manny Guzman, Andre Budny.
I think one thing with both teams right now is that there's so much space, and they have to read when a long ball's on and when it's really much better to knock it around a little bit and try to pull the defense out. Because right now, there's a lot of space to play around in this middle part of the field, and if LA can get that moving, pull some of the Wilmington defenders out, then they've got a bit more space for the pace of their forwards to get in behind, or the overlapping that has been so effective, especially by Borja.
Destin, here to Cameron Dunn. Chudella. And that one can't get to Chichindu. Be a collision on the far side. We play on. Mulholland in the center circle. Andre Budny. Hammerheads still attacking. Budny calling for the ball, and he can't get on the end of it, and it just skips wide of the goal.
Well, you wonder if he's going to think about, hey, maybe he had a chance or diving header or something like that. That wasn't far away, and I don't know if he felt the keeper coming a little bit and it slowed him down, but not a bad chance at all. A decent cross.
Nice ball in by Andres Cuero. Here's Josh Chudella for Los Angeles. Cameron Dunn on the near side. Launches that one long. Tracked down by Peter Byers. Byers has Chichindu on that far post. Chichindu gets a head on it, and Duckworth gets a hand on it. That was a tough angle to try to do that.
It was, and Chichindu attacking forward as the UConn graduate as well. 26 goals in his career at UConn and 4 goals on the year for LA. Pretty good player to have coming off the bench. There's no question about that.
On loan from Chivas USA. And Guzman waited a little too long at his pocket pick, but the Hammerheads beneficiaries of a fortunate bounce. Spenlove. We'll switch it, but Borja gets his head to it. Chindu tracks it down. We'll see Borja get forward. He's got the ability to do that. Just over 15 minutes left in this one. The USL Pro Game of the Week from Wilmington, North Carolina. Here's Chindu into space. Can Byers do it twice? No, Duckworth stopped him that time.
Well, he did well. It's not a bad ball by Chindu, but it is also the defenders went that way with Byers, and he might have had a chance to cut back and have a good shot on his own. And we see the end result there. Byers turning pretty well on that difficult angle to find any net, with Duckworth cutting it off very well.
Yeah, but if you're a forward, just shoot.
Anything can happen. I did a lot of study there, Ken, and one thing I found in all my studies was that you pretty much have to shoot to score. You know?
Was that your senior thesis?
That was. It wasn't my master's, that's for sure.
I hope not. Could have saved you a bit of time there, mate. 76th minute now. Byers, though, putting the principles of physics to use there. Deflecting that one, but Agassian couldn't do anything with it. So now it's the Hammerheads. Guzman is their goal scorer. He's got the ball here on the near side now. Played up to Banks. Budney! Oh, Budney! Yes! The Ukraine goals really knocked me out. Andre Budney has put his side up 2-1.
Yeah, he has it again. Just a little bit of an attack for Wilmington, and Budney beating an offside trap there. It was very close, and the assistant referee keeps the flag down, and Budney has an interesting bouncing shot that finds its way in. Aquari could not manage to get to it to cut it out, and 2-1, and that's his 8th goal of the year. Andre Budney. And have another look at this. Look at this ball being played in, and
Banks.
I see why he wasn't offside. It was off the defender knocking it through, and you know, let's have another look at this, because certainly as it was going to play, well done by the assistant referee, and it's the defender touching it away.
And Budney,
yeah,
it was rolling inexorably towards the goal. You expect him to just bury it, but how many times have you seen a guy with an open net turn and hit it as far as he can, and it goes out?
Too many times, actually. I won't mention their names, but some of them played for me.
Andre Budney, the big Ukrainian, and to quote absent friends, that's why he's here.
Absolutely. I was impressed with him in the first game earlier in this year when the Charleston Battery were in town. And Budney has shown that he's a good player, a solid player, smart, and certainly got to the end of that. What an excellent run there. Just again something almost out of nothing, because it took the fortune of the defender touching it through.
But LA has answered once. Can they do it again? They've got to defend here. Oh, and the turf monster reared its ugly head there on Andres Cuero. 79th minute. Can Los Angeles find the equalizer again?
Well, one thing LA has done in a number of games is scored extremely late.
Including on their last appearance in the USL Pro Game of the Week, when they were down 1-0 to Dayton, got a penalty in stoppage time. Nicked a point there. I should say salvaged a point. They were at home against a bad team.
Yeah, they were at home, and they were all over Dayton, and it looked like Dayton was going to hold on, which is all they were trying to do in the second half of that game. And there was a game where LA had given up a bad early goal.
Here's Tudela swooping in and winning that one for Los Angeles. Excitement aplenty on the USL Pro Game of the Week from Legion Stadium in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's a blast over the bar by Mirsad Momeni.
The one thing you wonder is whether or not there's any moves that LA would make now, with being 1 goal down, take out a defender or something. They do play with 4 in the back, but in reality, in the attack, it's Borja acting as an additional midfielder going forward.
Could see Gerardo Bravo perhaps off the bench. We'll see what Charlie Nemo has in store. The wheels are turning.
And on the other side, whether David Irvine will end up doing a defensive sub and try to get this last 10 minutes plus into the books with 3 points.
We told you about their 8-2 record at home and how much they need this 3 points tonight if they can get it, because they're chasing Orlando, the top spot in the American Division. That race not over yet, though the Lions can end it tomorrow night if they can beat Charleston at home.
Well, that'll be a tough game as Charleston is fighting to get into the playoffs as well, and certainly this will put the pressure, on Orlando if Wilmington gets the 3 points.
As Orlando winning 1-0 at midweek against the Battery. The second leg of that set tomorrow night at the Citrus Bowl. Here we're at Legion Stadium. We're in the 81st minute. And Andre Budny's 77th minute goal is the difference in a 2-1 Wilmington lead. Ken Tomash and Keith Tabatsnik with you. Here's Momeni. Momeni again cranks it over the bar.
Fans, don't forget to check your Valpak blue envelope or go online to Valpak.com for ways to save on Hammerheads tickets. Valpak is an official sponsor of the Wilmington Hammerheads.
We're seeing part of this crowd of nearly 6,000 here tonight at Legion Stadium.
Well, they've certainly been entertained right from the beginning. Wilmington coming out of the gates, going right at LA, couldn't get anything from it. And later on, after the game had settled a little bit, it was Manny Guzman heading in a corner kick from Luke Mulholland in the 31st minute.
Now we're going to see Chris Bagley come in. A new signing, but a familiar face, as he will replace Chris Banks in the 82nd. Bagley, who was formerly a very popular player here for the Hammerheads, as he gets a nice round of applause. Spent some time with Portland Timbers. Lives here in Wilmington and at the roster freeze. David Irving said, let's get a guy who's experienced, knows our system, knows our players, and let's bring him in and see what he can give us off the bench here. He's a New Englander and wears number 33 in honor of Larry Bird, as many kids from Massachusetts have in various sports. So Chris Bagley is in, playing up front.
The type of player to bring in this situation, experienced player to know what to do with a goal up and 8 minutes to go.
Bagley, 31 years old. And if all you need him to do this weekend is play the final 10 minutes here, maybe keep some possession, keep some guys honest at the back. And that's why you brought him on. As you see, Bagley for Banks in the 82nd, and we're going to see one more substitution as Andre Budny, who is the hero of the moment. He will come off, and Jack Avessian will replace him. Amazing that Budny, the goal scorer, doesn't get quite the ovation for his work as he leaves as Chris Bagley got for just coming into the match.
Exactly. How about that? But he's going to be very happy with his game, and especially if this holds up with a game-winning goal. And
not over yet, folks. Still got 7 minutes plus stoppage here, and anything can happen. And here's where the Blues, they just their whole body language and everything is of a team that is not panicking at all. So they put the pressure on the box before it's cleared away. Tadella with the throw.
And one of the things with those long free kicks is what happens with the second ball when it comes out. They get enough players around to keep the ball in and keep the pressure on Wilmington.
Mulholland fouled there by his opposite number, Sharar Dustin, and landed on his back. Charlie Nemo was up saying, where's the foul? It was just one player went flying over another, but here we are in the 85th minute. Possession and the lead to Wilmington. Gareth Evans drills this one long. Bagley gets ahead on it for his first touch. Avessian now, the recent substitute. Nice idea to cut that back inside, but a little bit too far, and a corner kick upcoming for the Hammerheads.
Number 2, Garcia, is couple touches going the wrong way for him. He was the one who touched the ball in for Budney's goal, keeping Budney on side, and now touching that one back too hard, giving a corner kick.
Mulholland has 1 assist tonight on a corner kick. And nearly another one there, but it's put down and up over the bar by that man, Gareth Evans.
Yeah, well, Gareth Evans, a little smile, says he's had so many chances on these corner kicks. It almost is just practice. Knock it in there and hit it. He did all the things right. You got to head the ball down, but on this surface, it goes too high on the bounce. But maybe Evans will get something at some point. He's been on the end of 4 headers on corners, 2 where he had fouls and 2 that he had clean headers.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's man of the match is number 11.
Runs smack into Cameron Dunn, and Dunn fouled him, and that's going to not only give Wilmington a free kick, they can burn some precious seconds here.
No, absolutely. This is a free kick that, 30 seconds later, 60 seconds later, you almost don't want to have it kicked yet. Now their decision, 4 minutes and change plus injury time, extra time is, what they do with this. Obviously, it's a good position to have a go at it. They got good numbers back as well, so they're to counter anything LA may do coming back at them.
5-man wall as Mulholland curls it over the bar. Here's how we got to this point after Wilmington led 1-0 at the half.
Now we see the long ball in behind Dylan Riley, and that's Peter Byers, his 3rd goal of the year in the 51st minute. The Antiguan International tying the game. Then there's Andre Budney getting in behind the defense, and just that ball, it doesn't have to hit the back of the net hard, just cross the line. And that's what he did, and that's where we stand, 2-1 to Wilmington.
Should say it's Byers' 3rd goal for LA, but he also had 4 goals in 7 games for Antigua to begin the season, and Gerardo Bravo is in. We mentioned that we may see Bravo, and we will here in the dying minutes of this match as it comes in for Char Destin. But is it enough time for the Blues to pull one more rabbit out of the hat?
We'll see what they have there. 3 minutes plus extra time, and probably a good sub. We have not said Dustin's name at all in the last 30 minutes. He's kind of faded out. And certainly maybe the one to pull out, and coach hoping that this will be the trick to try to equalize. Again, LA knows they can score goals, and they've done it late in games as well.
Byers to Chichindu. Chichindu with a left-footed shot wide of the post.
A little bit of contact there as he's hitting the ball. Certainly no foul. He might have had a little bit of the ground as well on his shot.
This has been an exciting match. We bringing you the passion, excitement, and tradition of United Soccer Leagues every week on the USL Pro Game of the Week here on Fox Soccer. Ken Tomash and Keith Tabachnik with you. Brock Duckworth. Bagley heads that one on, but Avessian can't get there. 89th minute now. Can Los Angeles find the equalizer and get out of here with a point? Or will Wilmington improve to 9-2 at home? And the last time we were here, Keith, is when David Irving said was probably our worst match of the year, or the 2-0 loss at home to Charleston.
There's one of only a couple games he said he was disappointed in, and certainly it's not what they didn't have the energy that night, and what a difference tonight, because they came out with a lot of energy and it's carried through the game.
Back heel by Chichindu to Borja, edge of the box. Riley on him. Again, yeoman's work there by Riley, but he played that one straight to a defender. There's a blast, and Duckworth stings the palms.
Duckworth stays on top of that blast, but the concern you'd have to have Wilmington. None of their defenders were going in. Earlier in the game, we saw the defenders cover for him, and here we see the blast. They're watching it, and it is the LA players going in for the rebound, and a little bit further out, they have an open net to touch it into.
That was Gerardo Bravo with that long blast.
And the other thing there is that they allowed Bravo to have that ball. It was pretty obvious he was setting that up. No one steps to him. So Wilmington can't be watching the clock. They have to be playing this right the way through.
Evans wins the header. David Irving wants to make another sub. Whether he'll get the chance or not, we don't know, as we're getting close to 90 minutes. And yes, they will allow it. And why wouldn't they?
Your attention fans, the official time is now being kept in the field.
Luke Mulholland will leave to a
Diego Barrera.
As Diego Barrera comes in for him. A reminder that Soccer Night in America, Major League Soccer, Colorado and Columbus with Greg J.P. Della Camera comes up immediately following this match. Los Angeles trying to make it a 2-2 result if they can. We are in stoppage time. 3 minutes indicated by the fourth official, Michael Huntley. If you're Wilmington, that 3 minutes is going to seem like an hour.
It really is, and they're certainly dropping everyone back as they should right now, but they need to stay tight, and when they get the ball, get it out of the danger areas.
Sent into the box. Duckworth is there, coming outside almost to his penalty spot, and then protecting it.
Right now off this punt, the second ball is so important for Wilmington to try to keep it in that half.
Jacobessian. The Hammerheads play keep away. Spenla, who's gone all 90 minutes to this point. Tudela. Borja now. Oh, and a foul, and for the first time tonight, Matthew Jositis has to go to his book. And no time to wait around if you're LA. They're even going to bring Avinsada all the way up.
Still a couple minutes to go here, so really a bit of a risk taking everybody up.
Net empty at the other end. Duckworth draws a beat on it, punches it out. Diego Barrera, he had to take a look. He had to take a look, but it's got to be, what is it, 100 yards away. Oh, here's a chance now. Byers, it's blocked. Second chance, again blocked and out, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Well, dodged the bullet there, Wilmington, because certainly, that ball had been all the way down, open net, and, he's saying they're looking to try to maybe score from all those yards. All he needed to do was keep possession, knock it back, and keep the ball. Instead, they give it away. All of a sudden, LA gets that chance, 2 chances on goal. Blocked by the defenders, and the last one out of bounds.
And this may be it, as we have reached 3 minutes of stoppage time, and Brock Duckworth will put his foot to the ball. We play on.
Well, Ken, if it stays like this, LA will have only lost 2 games on the road, both here against Wilmington.
And they have. We have reached full time. And a crowd